Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club. We're back with round 2 of the GT3 World Endurance Series, Korean's Best. In the Hyundais, a one-make series that spans over about 7 championships. I tell you what, I won't ruin it, I'll read the bump. So, what is GT3 World Endurance Championship Series? This endurance series will consist of 7 championships using Group 3 cars, and we will move across the GT world every series in a different car. Everyone will have to pick their overtake moment very carefully, as the damage will be on heavy. Everyone will be in the same car voted by the drivers, and these cars will be, well, this series is the Korean, except for the first car, as that is the only Group 3 car for Korea. Lastly, I look forward to see some fast, clean and great battles throughout the field, and hope you enjoy it. So, last week we saw the Hyundais. Where did we see them? Oh, Autopolis, I believe. And this week we're at a proper track, and there's Guesty giving it some big wellies into Paddock Hill. Beautiful. We're at Brands Hatch GP, so looking very much forward to that. So I'll go through the series and let you know the cars. This first series is the Hyundai's Korean's Best. In the second series we'll see the best of Japan in the Toyota GR Supra. And in the third series, we're going to see the best of the Italian mafioso. Is it okay saying that? I'm not going to have the mob coming round or something. In the Ferrari 458 GT3. In the fourth series, we've got the best of German engineering in the Porsche 911. In the fifth series, we'll see the best of France. Oh, well, it's a Renault, but I mean, it's just that comment, best of France, like they can build cars. In the sixth series, we'll see the best of British Aston Martin Vantage, and in the 7th series we will see the American muscle with the Ford Mustang. So the GT3 WES, as we've shortened it and abbreviated it to be, championship spans across 6 weeks and 6 different circuits. As this is a world championship, we will go to all the world circuits in the game. Sorry, I was just closing the door because someone in the kitchen banging. We'll go to all the world circuits on the game through the 7 championships, with a few non-world circuits in each championship. You will have to get to grips with the car and tracks that we visit, starting with the Hyundai Genesis Group 3. Ooh, Supermanny having a rest at the side of the road. So we'll move on to someone who is moving. Now then, this is very important. We've got to get onto the tyre regulations. We've only got 5 minutes, and we've got a little tribute for the Marshals, the Orange Army, so let me quickly get through this. With this championship, I wanted to bring the FIA race regulations, where you will start qualifying and the race on the racing hard tyres. This is not me, I'm speaking on Racer Brown's behalf, sorry. Race on the racing hard tyres. Once you have used the racing hard tyre, you must use a different set of compound tyres. If you accidentally use the set of the same compounds, you'll just have to outlap to come back in and change the compound that you need to change, and you will not get a time penalty. If you do more than an outlap, you will get 30 seconds penalty. Once you have used all the compounds, you will have free choice on the tyres. So they're going to qualify on the racing hards, they're going to start on the racing hards. Then after that, they must use a different compound after each pit stop, which gives them the racing mediums, the racing softs and the racing super softs. Then if they've done 4 pit stops, the world's their oyster. They can put whatever tyre on they wish to. I better get onto the table before we start doing things. So let me have a look. We only did 1 round. We're at Brands Hatch. I already said that, didn't I? I said we're at a proper track. So, where's the table? I thought it was going to be on this page. Oh no, is there no table? Is it in the chat? Oh no, I bloody lost the table, haven't I? I've only gone and bloody lost the table. Where's the table? Maybe there is no table. I can't find the table. Rules and regulations, no table. Sorry guys, I'm just talking to myself and Discord, because I'm so good at Discord. And anyway, I'll get to you. I'll get to you on the. Oh, I found a table. That's magic, Racer Brown. How did you do that? So, in the chat, we've got Muddy saying evening. We've got Racer Brown saying hello, everyone. And Thingamajig in Skyjacker saying, hey, gorgeous. Hey, honey. And Skyjacker also says, 2 mins, I'll send it to you. Ah, cheers, Skyjacker. That's amazing. So, first at the top of the table, we've got Racer Brown with 22 points. Second, we've got Kale on 18 points. Guesty is third on 16 points. Matt Psycho is fourth on 14 points. Homesick Alien fifth on 12 points. Supermanny managing sixth on 10 points. Noxy seventh on 9 points. Jim is eighth on 8 points. GT Racer is ninth on 7 points. And then we had a load of no-shows. 10th, I'll name and shame. I'm not. We didn't have no-shows. That's not fair because we had a lot of internet issues. I think Triv's a GG. He did show. Well, 10th we had Pat, and he's got 0 points. 11th, Triv's a GG. He had internet issues. Liam Anfield 12th. He had internet issues, and Rido 13th, and Joker's 14th. He also had internet issues. I haven't looked to see who's here tonight, but I am totally aware they've all gone into the pits. Okay, right. So I've got some bump. Hang on a minute, because we've got to get dead serious now. This is my dead seriousness. This is my dead serious voice. We're going to take a moment of silence to commemorate the Orange Army for all that they do for motor racing, and most of them are volunteers, and we at VRC want to pay our tributes to the man that has tragically died at the weekend, and our thoughts and condolences go to the family and friends of Rob Foot. So in a minute, before qualifying, they will go into the pits, and then they will all line up at Paddock Hill. Rido saying, hi Thingy, disappointed I couldn't make it tonight. Something for in the way. And Skyjack says, lols. Racer Brown says, sorry, I deleted it by mistake this morning. Ah, Racer Brown is just embarrassed about being at the top of the table. So, yes, everyone's going to nip into the pits, and then they're going to take a slow journey to the to Paddock Hill Bend, and then we'll take a minute to remember Rob Foot. I mean, there is a Just Giving page out there. I've not got it at hand, but I'm sure if you Google it, you will find it. And please, if you can give anything, it would help his family a lot. So here we go. We're just going around now, seeing the cars coming out. Oh no, he started qualifying. Did I miss it? What did I do? He started qualifying though by accident, I think. Oh dear. This wasn't how it was written. So in the chat, Racer Brown for the win, says Muddy. Homesick Alien saying evening all. Hashtag Orange Army. So yeah, Racer Brown's asking everyone to exit. It's so easy. It's so easy. It's just like you just look at one of these buttons on the controller, and it thinks that's what you want. So we'll wait for them all to quit out of quali. Celine in the chat saying great liveries, Tribs. Love you, babe. Oh, hello. And Talaran saying hashtag Orange Army. So they've quit out of qualifying nearly. There's Bunting and Jim. Hopefully it's not a glitch in the system. It could well be. And there you go. So yeah, before qualifying commences, like I said, they're gonna all come out of the pits, drive up to the Paddock Hill Bend, and then we'll take a moment to remember the volunteers, the people that bring you the racing, really. I mean, the people that make it happen. So when they're all in place, I believe that's when we will take a moment, and then Jim will take them around, I believe, a parade lap back to the pits, and then we'll get qualifying underway as we see them coming around to Paddock Hill. And they're all going to face the crowd. It's going to be a beautiful sight. There's Jim. It was Jim's idea, I believe, so all credit to Jim. GT Racer, Pat's making his way around. Oh, lovely Castrol car there. So there you can see. Can I get a better shot? Sorry. Okay, I want to turn the mic off. That was rather a beautiful gesture, I must say. That was there is no words. How do you follow that? How can you say anything? It was amazing. Like the stewards, the Orange Army, that give up their time week in, week out, so we can enjoy some absolutely amazing racing. In the chat, we've got a few hashtag Orange Armies, and now we see the cars making their way around in tribute to the marshal that lost his life last weekend at Brands Hatch. Robbed foot. So that was our huge thank you to the hashtag Orange Army. And again, a family lost a father, a husband, a son. So if you have anything spare, please just Google the Just Giving page for Rob Foot and just see what you can spare. I know money doesn't help at a time like this, but I mean it helps. It helps with bills and stuff. And that was our tribute at the Virtual Racers Club. A huge thank you for Jim for the idea of that. And we'll get qualifying on, and we'll get back into the fun of things. So now here we are for round 2. Qualifying is just about to begin. They're going to be on the hard tyres. And what can they do? Them hard tyres slippery as hell here at Brands Hatch. It's going to be tricky. It's going to be tricky for these guys. It's going to be a hard qualifying session for these lot. So in the chat, Skyjack saying cracking job guys, brilliant tribute. And Jim saying, thank you, Thingy. Hey, there's nothing I can say. There's just nothing. It's horrible. It really is. It's a horrible, horrible thing to happen. So they're making their way around on an outlap. It doesn't look like many people are giving each other space here. It looks like they're trying to stay close together, close-knit. Trivs, oh, that's a lovely, I did see that last week. Trivs livery, looking absolutely spanking there. I love the luminous yellow. I used to have a set of socks like that. I can't keep looking at Racer Brown's car because I just fancy to raiding the chocolate box. I really do. And, Kale had an amazing round last week at Autopolis. I didn't even see him coming. He just came from nowhere, had a great strategy. And Racer Brown, he just disappeared in the distance because he is an alien. Superman-y, I think he got a good position in the end. It was a struggle for him early doors, but he came back strong near the end. And they're off now. Racer Brown on his flying lap as we watch him go around. Kale, oh, he's changed his name to the Kale Pace. He's part of the Pace team, and he's putting a lot of trust in Racer Brown, although it looks like he was on the curbs. Had a little wiggle on. And Shadow Rider in the chat saying, are we in for another chat tomorrow night? Hopefully, from the pit lane, or whatever it's called. We still haven't got a name for it. I think it's just called VRC discussion. Yeah, because we've got to talk about our favourite TV shows, and I've got a lot to say about something I've just recently watched, Guns Akimbo. Unbelievable show. Unbelievable. It's a film, but it's brilliant. Harry Potter with guns. It's excellent. So Racer Brown, he's looking like a tidy lap from Racer Brown at the moment. It looks like he might have a pole all set up here as they make their way around. And there is Homesick Alien, Pat in his Castrol livery, I think made by our very own Koi Carp, and it looks cracking. Koi, there's GT Racer out there with a Red Bull. Jim, quite close, he's caught up GT Racer. This might hamper his lap. Does he stick to this lap and stay close, or does he back off? Right, the lap times are coming in. Super Manny is the fastest so far with a 24.8. Racer Brown managed a 24.8 also, so he's 200ths off. Kale, third fastest on this first flying lap. Kale loves to hang that car out. Homesick Alien, fourth fastest so far. Pat grabbing fifth fastest, but they're still setting their time, sorry. Jim's up to sixth, with Bunting putting it in fifth in the Patronus Hyundai. So Superman-y, oh, I should just wait, shouldn't I? It's such a short lap. They're going to be, as soon as the one lap's finishing, the next lap's doing. Trivs has put a time in. He's good for 8, so Superman-y on provisional pole so far. And he's getting purples again on those racing hard tyres. Got Racer Brown in second, Kale third, Homesick Alien fourth, Bunting fifth fastest on that first flying lap, Jim sixth fastest, Noxie seventh fastest, Trivs in eighth, Pat ninth, then Guesty 10th, and GT Racer 11th so far, but lots and lots of qualifying to go yet. Mama Homesick saying evening thingy, and she's also saying good luck Homesick. She's actually called Mama Homesick as well. That's awesome. I love it. So here comes Super Manny to go fastest again with a 24.8, stretching that lead from Racer Brown, or that pole's time, by nearly 3/10. Kel's gone in for some reason. They're not really meant to pit or put on oh, he's got damage, that's why, sorry. So Superman-y, the fastest around here at Brands so far. Racer Brown second fastest, and Kale obviously having some damage. He's on the riggedy edge. Oh, Jim's putting a time to go fifth fastest, just ahead of Bunting. Noxie's bettered his time into seventh for Noxie. Trivs also bettering his time, just knocking Noxie down to eighth. Taking that seventh, only 2/10 away from Bunting. This is some tie stuff. GT Racer has bettered his time in ninth, ahead of Pat and Guesty. Then Guesty's bettered his time as well. He's moved up to 8th, knocking Noxie down to 9th. So it's all shuffling at the moment, but not Supermanny. He is a rock there at the top of the field. And OJ saying South Africa with flames. They are awesome, the South Africans. We love it when they come to join us to race. It's beautiful. They are some of the hardest racers out there, are the South Africans. And they do a blinding job. Supermanny so far, the rock at the top. Racer Brown hasn't bettered his time from lap 2. The fuel is going down. The cars are getting lighter. Kale's off again, but luckily he's got that banker lap in for 3rd, or maybe he's just pulling out the way to let everyone through. Pat's gone faster, and so's Jim. Jim on an absolute tear at the moment. Bunting moving back up into 5th spot with a 25.6, only a second off of pole, and Jim managing 6/10. Noxie's gone faster. He's moved up to 7th ahead of Trivs and Guesty. It's a shuffler for sure out there. Supermanny are still heading around. We've got 3 minutes left of qualifying, and Brands Hatch always kicks up some beautiful racing, so this is going to be something to behold. GT Racer has pulled himself within half a second of Pat at the moment with a 27.7, and Pat doing a 27.2. Pat also, I don't know, he's had some tough news, and I don't know how much I can say about it, but Pat, didn't expect him to come this evening. Maybe he wants to distract himself from real life, but Supermanny still out there on pole. Racer Brown cannot go faster. He cannot. Homesick Aliens improved his time. He's up to 4th ahead of Kale. And behind Jim, 2/10 behind Jim, and a 1/10.5 ahead of Kale. Kale so far bettering his time. He's got the green up ahead. Jim going faster again. This is Jim's track, isn't it? Bunting has just moved ahead of Homesick Alien with a 25.3, 8/10 off of Supermanny's pole position time. At the moment, it's a very close, very, very close. I'm a little bit nervous because I forgot I unplugged my controller leads, and that's what my headphones are plugged into. So if everything goes all a little bit quiet, I'll be rushing around getting my spare controller out because the battery's gone, because I nicked the lead to charge up some headphones, some earbuds. So Guesty's gone faster as well, moving up into 7th, as has GT Racer. He's moved ahead of Pat with a 26.4, 7/10. Pat still plugging away out there. These cars, like I said, very tricky to keep them under control on those hard tyres. So the beginning of this race is going to be hard work. Last week we saw many different strategies. The top guys, they stayed out there. Homesick Alien going faster but not moving anywhere. He's 800ths off of Jim's time. Bunting's moved ahead of Kale. Kale's going to be a late bloomer with that damage he had on. And Pat doing a faster time again. He's 900ths off of GT Racer. And Bunting going faster but staying behind the Alien. Oh, it looked like Jim had a big off there. He's going to have some damage. He's not going to have time to fix that before the end of qualifying. His team's going to be rushing like mad at the beginning of the race. And Racer Brown having an off as well. So it looks like Supermanny has got that pole under control. And Jim carrying a bit of damage. Homesick Alien. This could be an opportunity to jump a couple of places. Guesty's gone faster, up to 6th. Guesty, last week at Autopolis, he came in virtually, I think, on lap 1 virtually, to change those tyres. Got the hards out the way. Tribs going fast again. But he's 300ths off of Noxie's time. Cracking stuff. So it's the Alien that we're watching. He's got an opportunity possibly to jump a couple of places, with Racer Brown and Jim both having offs on their final flying lap. What can the Alien do? He goes up to 2nd. There he goes. Unbelievable stuff. And Racer Brown and Jim cannot defend that. Bunting, he's a fast boy in his Patronus. Hyundai. And for a reference, I did write down the true lap record of Brands Hatch GP. It's in an A1 car though, so a single seater is a 1:12.276. It's a lot faster than these Group 3 cars can go. So, I'm trying to find people who have coming across the line. Noxie set another time, which is good for 8th place, ahead of Trivs. GT Racer. And Pat down there in 11th. It looks like he's done. Here comes GT Racer, one final time in qualifying. Can he better his time? It's does just off, no. But Guesty does. Guesty goes faster and moves ahead of iBunting. So Guesty doing a cracking job. iBunting's done. I think they're all done now, aren't they? Super Manny, I've lost him. I don't know where he is. He's hiding behind a tree. And so's Homesick. There's Homesick going around. Kale, he got third in the end. He got third on his last lap as well. Well done, Kale. Knocking Racer Brown and Jim. Poor Racer Brown and Jim were in 2nd and 3rd for the longest time, and just got knocked down there at the end to 4th and 5th. Guesty moving up into 6th at the end. iBunting 7th with Noxie in 8th. I keep missing all the cars. What's going on here? If I press that, there you go. Noxie in the FedEx, making a delivery. Is it going to be a podium? Trivex there, he's got a lovely looking car, I must say. And GT Racer just ahead of Pat there in 10th. And Pat in the lovely Castrol Hyundai. A lovely livery, as Muddy says in the chat, saying yes, the Castrol one is one of mine. He's got 2 out there. Or has he? There's Super Manny. I thought he was hiding behind a tree, but he's not. He's just chilling there at Druids. And Homesick Alien right at the end there, coming home strong for the Alien. And Kale had to make a pit in the middle there for repairs to the car, but finished strong in 3rd, ahead of Racer Brown, who went off on his last flying lap. We saw Jim also having a bit of an off. He's still got that damage, but it will be repaired before the start of the race, and that is your grid. Beautiful stuff. Hoo-wee! Tiger. Tiger's not in this. It's just hoo-wee Tiger. Tiger should be in this. I don't know why he only partakes in the Max 5, so I think he should be more involved. He's a very fast driver. That wasn't a good time to start trying to drink my warm beverage. So we're watching Super Manny on pole position. We can see Homesick Racer Brown, Kale. We can't quite see Homesick. And there they go. Guesty. Was that Guesty? Had an amazing start there. Superman. And so did Homesick Alien. Homesick Alien, but he's on the outside at Paddock Hill. So Super Manny in the inside, and Homesick Alien somehow holding that around the outside. A beautiful drive from Homesick Alien, but he's really far out wide now, and Super Manny gets that inside line and retakes the lead of this race. There's a Patronus. There's a Patronus off. That's iBunting, sorry, but we've got to watch the lead. So Super Manny retaking the lead, and look, Racer Brown's coming back at the Alien there as they come through that part of the track. I'm not looking down at the map. I haven't got time. So no, that's Kale, sorry, not Racer Brown. They've both got black and red cars. It's a struggle. So the struggle's real, guys. So Kale in 3rd ahead of Racer Brown, and Homesick Alien maintains that 2nd place. I thought Kale was going to have that off him. Well, I thought it was Racer Brown, but it was Kale in reality. But Super Manny pulling away. Beautiful stuff. Homesick Alien getting in a bit of a battle with Kale and Racer Brown. He's a canny racer though. He might be just pacing himself back there. It might be about fuel saving. We don't know. Jim in 5th place, holding off Guesty at the moment. It's Noxie who had a good start. Sorry, I saw Guesty and blooming Noxie have got similar cars. I want to get on board with Guesty as we watch them front 5 battle it out in front. And we can see, no, we can't see much through that wing. The car's behind, and there we go. Super Manny pulling a little bit of distance off of the other guys. Homesick Alien is in Kale. Oh, whoa, 3 wide in Druids. It doesn't fit, boys. So Homesick Alien maintains that second ahead of Kale Racer Brown, but Guesty's up the inside. Guesty has made a move on Racer Brown. It looks like Jim wants to follow him through. Does he? I don't know. I'm losing track here. Yeah, that's Jim in the Samsung. So Racer Brown on the outside of these guys, but Jim finally deciding to tuck it in behind Racer Brown with Noxie in the FedEx. See, I've got to try and remember these cars. Pat in the Castrol. GT Racers moved up a couple of positions. We saw Bunting off of the road, and I don't know what's happened to Trivs, but he's dropped back to 11th place. And in the chat we've got Shadow Rider saying, "Go on Jim lad." And Rizzler the Roller says, "Let's go pace boys." So Supermanny leading by 1.6 seconds so far. Homesick Alien almost a second ahead of Kale. And Guesty are making that move on Racer Brown to grab that 4th spot. No one has come in the pits, so they're all sticking to the hard tyres, staying out there. It's a chest match from now on. It's all about fuel and tyres and how we're going to do it. It's a 60-minute race. I don't know if I ever mentioned that. Yeah, we've got 60 minutes. It's an endurance race. So 60 minutes of racing around here, and it looks like Bunting is having a look at the Castrol of Pat to try and get a move on. Bunting's a lovely Union Jack helmet. And Rizzler saying, "You got this, Tribs." Like I said, it's a long way to go. Oh, he's already ahead of GT Racer. Oh, it looks like GT Racer had an issue because he's fallen quite far back. If we have a quick look, and there he is. And there is Trivs. Trivs 3.6 seconds off of Bunting. Bunting trying to fight with Pat at the moment. And Pat trying to do a Fernando on him and make that Castrol as wide as possible. So far, Supermanny 1.7 seconds. Homesick Alien matching times nearly. And the distance not getting too far ahead. Kale having to defend from Guesty. Guesty giving it big balls behind Kale. He wants past because he knows he's got Racer Brown only a half a second behind him there, closing in fast. So Guesty wants to make hay in the Kent fields whilst the sun is shining. He's going for the, well, Kale defending that line on the inside as they come up to Paddock Hill. Guesty having to just slightly back out of it, trying to do a switcheroony on Kale and get it back up the inside for Druids, but Kale's not having any of it. Kale knows how to defend, and now Racer Brown has joined them for this 3-way battle between 3rd, 4th and 5th. Further back we've got Noxie in the FedEx car. Car 24 doing a fantastic job with Pat in 7th. Bunting hasn't been able to make an impression on that Hyundai so far. They're all in Hyundais, I don't know why I said that. And Trivs just finding his feet around here at Brands Hatch. GT Racer. Oh, Jim's dropped back. Jim's pitted. Jim has pitted, sorry. He has not had an issue. Jim's pitted. He's gone for the soft tyre. He's going to go out there and do a Hamilton. Hammer time. Jammer time. Jimmer time. I don't know. It's gym time. Yeah, let's go to the gym. So Jim is into the pits. He's got some softs on, and he's going to try and do some qualifying laps whilst these guys are on the hard tyres. Is he going to start a chain reaction? Superman is staying out there. Homesick Alien is staying out there. Guesty also staying out there. Kale's come in. Kale has come in. He likes the idea of that. Racer Brown stayed out in his Mars. Noxie also staying out. Pat has stayed out. He's got Bunting for company. And there is Kale. He's going to put a softer set of tyres on. Anything softer than... Oh, he's gone for mediums. He's gone for mediums. He's getting the worst ones out of the way early doors. And he's back out behind his fellow countryman, Trivs. Q, why did it stay in that camera? Bro. So there is Kale. He's put himself some... Oh, he's got out ahead of Jim as well. Interesting. Maybe Jim did make a small mistake and decided to pit because he's 11 seconds adrift of Kale. So Kale out there, but it's not going to take long for Jim to catch up Kale with them mediums versus softs, and Trivs is on those hards. It's going to be difficult to fend off Eleanor Kale. Meanwhile, up at the front, Super Manny, he's on fire, he's flying. Racer Brown's got the fastest lap, Homesick Alien in second with Guesty in third. And Racer Brown so far has the fastest lap with those hard tyres. Look how quick they burn the fuel through. It's nearly half a tank already. Super Manny, similar fuel loads as well. Also going past the pits, they're going to do a lot of laps this evening here at Brands Hatch. It's quite a short track. I've got that written down as well, 2.433 miles. So cracking stuff. I wonder how Skyjacker's feeling. He's been strict with himself. He likes to join all the racing, but he's trying to have you know, spaces racing out, and I imagine he's sat watching this, twitching away, wishing he, well, I don't think he's had a nightmare with a Hyundai in the GTMC a couple of seasons ago, so I don't think he's missing the car as much, but he loves to race. So Guesty in third with Racer Brown in fourth. Bunting up to fifth. Wow, what's happened there? So Pat's in eighth, Kale's in ninth. Oh, Pat's dropped back a little bit. He had a bad lap, that last lap, lap 5, done a 37.9, and that's and Noxie also dropping back with a 32.7. So Bunting has moved up into 5th place. Cracking stuff for Bunting. Back on it again with that early off, and he's making that Genesis work for him. Not as much as this man though. Super Manny 3-second lead on Homesick Alien with Guesty in third. And they're nicely spaced out. There goes Guesty. Guesty's had enough of the hard tyres. He's in. Racer Brown stays out. And Guesty goes in to put a softer compound on. Bunting staying out also. Where will Guesty come out? There goes Noxie. He stayed out. To go around again for a 6th lap. It's Kale, I believe Guesty might be racing with. No, so Kale's gone through. So has Pat. Guesty, he's out now. He's out now. He's just alongside Trivex. What's that? Trivs. Sorry. He's just ahead of Guesty. He's sticking with those hard tyres. He wants to burn that fuel out, I guess. And Super Manny, 3.5 seconds now from Homesick Alien. Racer Brown in third place, 1.5 seconds behind the Alien. Bunting now up to 4th with all the pit stops going on. And we can get a rough idea of the difference in lap times. We can find Jim at 24.0 on those racing softs, and Super Manny doing a 25.2. Oh god, yeah, so it's nearly a second, 1.2 second difference. And Kale, what's Kale managing on the mediums? A 26.2. So there's definitely a big variation in the times with these tyre compounds. So Super Manny leading the way, doing an absolutely cracking job. Is he a pace person? It looks like it says pace on the side of his car as well, so I think he's part of the pace team. He is. It says at the front, pace. So Super Manny driving for the pace team, out there leading the way. A few have come into the pits now. Racer Brown, Bunting and Noxie all coming in for different compounds. This is shuffling it up lovely now. Kale back up into third after his pit stop. Racer Brown's out in fourth. He loses hardly anything there, lost 1 position. Guesty is in 5th, but he's got Trivs looking up the inside at Druids, and Trivs is going to do the move, and Guesty, he's there as well. Oh, Guesty's back up the inside at, oh, I don't know, Gordon Hill Bend? Graham Hill. Gordon Hill. Hey! Graham Hill Bend. I'm not going to keep looking at the map. So Super Manny, Homesick Alien, sorry, Kale, Racer Brown. That was a quick pit stop by Racer Brown. Guesty in 5th after a little fight with the Trivs. Jim in 7th, one of the first pit stoppers out there. And he's moved up a couple of positions ahead of Noxie, who's just pitted. Pat hasn't pitted yet. Bunting did pit onto the mediums. He's gone. Excuse me. And he's used to seeing the back of that Castrol from the beginning of this race. And he's there again. And we've got a GT racer He's gone in, he's put the super softs on, he's really on a push now. So Supermanny leading the way, 4.5 seconds. He's still on the hard tyres, so is Homesick Alien. These two, I think, are going to run that fuel tank right out. And why not? Whilst the other guys are out there on a softer compound than them, pushing. So Supermanny and Homesick Alien might find, oh, it's 16 seconds. I don't know how much a pit stop is costing these guys. There's a 38 for, so it's about 10 seconds. That's a quick pit stop. I don't know if Kel put any fuel in. He must have done, because he's got half a tank. And Racer Brown's gone for 3. Oh, Kel. Kel's had a small excursion to the side of the track, giving Racer Brown that 3rd spot back. Racer Brown, a little smirk on his face, I imagine, quite happy with that outcome indeed. And there he goes, Racer Brown going faster again, with Supermanny leading, Homesick Alien in 2nd, Racer Brown in 3rd, Kel dropping down to 4th. He's only got 1.8 seconds until Guesty catches up with him on those mediums. We've got a bit of battling behind here with Trivs and Jim. Remember, Trivs has not pitted yet, he's on those hard tyres, and Jim makes a move. Supermanny has come in from the lead, and Homesick Alien stays out. Interesting stuff. Like I said, the strategies are all over the place. Everyone's got their own ideas of what is the fastest way to proceed, and Racer Brown, can he take that position from Supermanny? Supermanny into the pits there, he's topping up with fuel, and there goes Racer Brown up into 2nd. Kale may move up into 3rd, we're not sure. It looks like Supermanny, no, Supermanny is out into 3rd behind on Racer Brown, but Kale, the 2 South Africans, both pace team drivers, are on track at the same time, in the same place, and Kale just edging ahead, but Supermanny's got that inside line at Druids as they head down to Graham Hill Bend, and there goes Kale again ahead. Beautiful stuff as they go along Cooper Straight and towards Surtees. And Kale holding, oh, Kale, that was the place where Kale had an issue, going through Surtees now. Supermanny still in 4th, Kale kicking up a bit of dust. Guesty's just behind. Shall we have a look from Guesty's point of view as we go down Pilgrim's Drop towards Hawthorns Hill and through Hawthorns. There we go through Hawthorns, guys, as we see Supermanny and Kale battling it out ahead along Derek Minter Straight into Westfields. Absolutely cracking stuff down through Dingle Dell. Sheen Grove next. There she goes. There she blows. Up to Stirling's. Sheen Curve, sorry. This is Stirling's. Then we're on Clearways. Flooring it as much as we possibly can as we see that battle of the South Africans ahead. And then we hit Clark Curve onto the Brabham Straight. And that is a lap virtually of... Do you know what? I'll stay with Guesty through Paddock Hill Bend as well. As we cross the start straight, start lap 11. Heavy on the brakes, down to 3rd, the car sliding away from us into Paddock Hill Bend, down Hawthorns Hill towards Druids, and then Graham Hill. Whoa, that car looks like a total handful, total head frig. So Homesick Alien, 11.8 seconds in the lead, yet to pit, but the fuel is flashing, so he's going to have to come in at the end. There's Racer Brown on his medium tyres. He's gone fastest so far with a 23.7. Kale holding that 3rd from his teammate Supermanny. They're not teammates in this, but teammates in the team that they race for, the group. I believe they're both LNR. I'm not. Kale's got LNR at the front, but Supermanny does not, but I assume that's because he wouldn't have room with all that numbers at the end. That's his phone number if you want to call him, 100 357. I don't know what the area code is for South Africa. And oh, Kale again off the road, and Supermanny manages to get that 3rd position back. Homesick Alien at the time comes into the pits to change his Mitchies, gets a new set of Michelins on, tries to top up with fuel, and there goes Racer Brown like round 1. Yeah, how does he do it? And that's it, he's going to run away now, is Racer Brown. Half a tank of fuel, medium tyres, unbelievable. Supermanny goes up into 2nd with Kel 3rd. Guesty very close behind now. Jim moves up to 5th. Noxie is in 6th, and Homesick Alien coming out in 7th, but he's topped right up with fuel with those medium tyres. He's going for the long game today, and iBunting tucked up very close behind Homesick Alien on 3/4 of a tank of fuel. GT Racers Super Softs, he's managed to get himself ahead of Trivs X, he's not Trivs X, I don't know why I keep saying Trivs X. Trivs GG. He's pitted also, put the softs on, and Pat in 11th place on those softs. He also pitted probably around lap 8. Ooh, he's on the grass, but he's alright. So Racer Brown leading the way by 6.2 seconds from Super Manny. Super Manny on the Super Softs. So wow, Super Manny is going to be doing some extraordinary lap times now in front of our very own eyes. Kale fending off Guesty. Let's get on board with Guesty. We love a little bit of onboard action when they're battling it out. Wow, did you see Guesty having to seesaw the wheel? That is how tricky these cars are to drive. Unbelievable stuff. So Guesty trying to stay close to Kale. Both of them, I think, on medium tyres. I'm pretty sure Kale was on the mediums also. They're about 3.6 seconds ahead of Jim. Oh, there we go, under braking. And Guesty closing up behind Kale. Noxie has come into the pits to get rid of his mediums. It looks like he didn't fuel up when he pitted. And now he's in to top up with fuel. They don't have to change tyres. That's one of the things if they want to stick to a tyre combo, but you may as well, and he has. He's put the softs on. Can he get out ahead of the Triv? No, I mean, yes. How could I get it so wrong? He was ahead of Trivs. And Pat there. Oh, Pat having a good look at Paddock Hill Bend, an inspection of the curbs. It's cool, Pat. No worries. Cha-cha-cha, remember. Cha-cha-cha. So Racer Brown, 5.8 seconds ahead of Super Manny. Super Manny's going to be scratching his head, but he did a 23.7 last time around, where, oh, it's a 23.9 on the medium tyres for Racer Brown. How does he do it? It's unbelievable stuff. The man has got pace. Super Manny in second. Kale still fending off Guesty. This is the battle on the track at the moment, with Guesty chasing down Kale as we come towards Paddock Hill Bend. I hate following people into Paddock Hill Bend because I never know where to brake. I never know where they're going to brake. Jim's popped into the pits for the second time to get rid of those soft tyres and replenish his fuel tank. And he has dropped from 6th. iBunting getting ahead of him. Keeping an eye on that to see when GT Racer gets by as we watch this battle between Guesty and Kale. GT Racer also coming in, but Noxie has gone ahead of the Jim so far, and Guesty is just staying with, looks like a handful and a half this car does to drive. My word. So Racer Brown so far 5-6 seconds. He's maintaining that pace, a 23.8 on the medium tyres, ahead of Super Manny, who's on the Super Softs doing 23.7s. But Racer Brown's car is a lot lighter than Super Manny's. That might explain the lap times. Kale and Guesty stuck in a bitter battle at the moment with those Hyundais. Homesick Alien we saw come in and put those medium tyres on. He's 7 seconds shy of the guys ahead of him, but iBunting, we were 25.0 last time around on his mediums, half a tank of fuel. There goes Racer Brown. Racer Brown into the pits to get rid of the mediums and top up with a bit of fuel, and that gives a Super Manny the lead back. With Guesty, is he going to move up to second? It looks like it. Kale's come into the pits as well, and Racer Brown, he's not moved yet. He's still topping up with fuel, so it's all change at the front again. Super Manny taking the lead, Guesty in second, and Homesick Alien in third place. You'll be wondering how Guesty got ahead of him. It was that early pit stop, I believe, that's helped him out, but Guesty on a lot lower fuel than the Alien at the moment. iBunting moving up to 4th. What position hasn't iBunting been in this evening? With Racer Brown coming out of the pits in 5th ahead of Kale, 12 seconds ahead of Kale. But similar fuel, and Racer Brown, this is going to be a quick stint for him on those Super Softs. They will not last. I mean, we've seen GT Racers had to come back in again because those Super Softs do not last very long. Noxie out there A 24.6 for him last time. He's pulled away from Jim, possibly. No, I don't know how close they were, but Jim's gone back on. He's not been on the mediums, sorry. He's on the mediums now, though. Trivs is out there on the softs. He's only 2.7 seconds behind Jim with GT Racer. 22.5 seconds shy of the Triv. And Pat in 11th in the Castrol. Looking dead sexy. Oh, he's not enjoying Paddock Hill Bend today. You just got to brake a little bit more, Pat. I know. Easier said than done. When the blood is rushing to your right foot, or I think you're a handset user, aren't you? When the blood is rushing to your thumb, right thumb, it's hard. So Super Manny out there in the lead, 6.8 seconds ahead of Guesty. And Guesty 5 seconds ahead of Homesick Alien. The top three quite spread out, but they're all on different strategies. As you can see, Super Manny burning those tyres. He's done the fastest of a 23.7. That last lap, though, nearly a second off of that. So I don't know if he's used the super softs the best, used the best out of the super softs, and now they're on the downhill. And then Guesty in second. He's low on fuel on those medium tyres, and Homesick Alien only just putting those mediums on, and he's got a nice half a tank of fuel, but he's got Racer Brown behind him on the super softs, and Racer Brown will be doing some impressive lap times now. iBunting not far behind Racer Brown on the mediums, keeping good pace with him really. A 24.5 for Bunting last time around. Oh, is that someone off the track, or was that just Pat letting them through? I believe that's Pat letting them through. And Super Manny 7.5 seconds ahead now of Guesty. We're on lap 17. We've done 23.5 minutes of this race. It goes by an hour very fast. Oh, he does. He had Autopolis on the side of his car last week, did Guesty, and we've got brands. I like it. I didn't need to draw a map tonight. I could have just looked at the side of his car. So Super Manny leading, Guesty in second, Homesick Alien in third. Guesty's fuel tank is screaming out for a little bit of that jet fuel as we are watching the GT3 World Endurance Series, Korean's Best at round 2 at Brands Hatch for the Virtual Racers Club. Join our Discord. Check out our website, www.virtualracersclub.co.uk. That'll have a link to our Discord, although I think there's a link on YouTube either. But the website's worth looking at. Mr. Skyjacker puts in a lot of work on it, and it looks spanking. It makes me spaff my pants every time I see it. So Super Manny out there in the lead, 8.5 seconds ahead of Guesty. Guesty is low on fuel. He'll be into the pits this time round. Homesick Alien and Racer Brown, the battle we've all wanted to see. They're on track together. Racer Brown on those super softs, Homesick Alien on the mediums. There goes Guesty into the pits. They both move up as a position. Can Racer Brown move up one more position than Homesick Alien? Not at the moment. Homesick Alien pulling an Alonso there, making him go around the outside. He's looking up the inside Druids. He has a second thought and goes, is he going to swing it underneath the Alien? He's come alongside the Alien, but the Alien's got the inside line as they go through Graham Hill's Bend, down the Cooper Straight, and Racer Brown now frustrated with those stickier tyres. Is it enough to get around the outside of Homesick Alien? It looks like he's just about done it. And there you go, Racer Brown up into second place. A Mars a day really does help you work, rest and play. Do you know what? You lot probably don't even know what that means, because I'm old and that used to be their ad tagline. But Hyundai, Homesick Alien coming back, but not quite against a Racer Brown, but that battle for second and third is absolutely decent. iBunting not too far behind those guys. He's on the mediums, but his fuel is low, and we did not look where Guesty came out. Guesty came out in 7th behind the Noxter. Noxy there on the softs, good set amount of fuel in his car. My God, get your words out, thingamajig. What's wrong with you, my man? So Guesty coming out in 7th with Jim in 8th place on those medium tyres. He's some 3.5 seconds ahead of the Trivs, who's on the softs at the moment, a quarter of a tank of fuel. He's got to be the best looking car out there, surely. It is absolutely banging. GT Racer in 10th place, Daddy. And Pat, you'll know what that means. Hey, GT Racer, Daddy Racer. And iBunting has popped into the pits and popped back out again. We missed his whole pit stop whilst we were talking about Daddy Racer. So Supermanny, oh, he's got a kid that races in another group, and yes, so I've taken to calling him GT Daddy. So Supermanny is out there, 12.1 second lead on Racer Brown, but Racer Brown on the super softs trying to cut down that time by Supermanny. Supermanny's been on the super soft, so he'll have to change those. What's he used? Is he used? Let me think. I think he used mediums, didn't he? And then super softs, or has he only pitted once? He may have only pitted once, actually. No, I can't remember. I can't keep track. I just say it how I see it. I don't remember anything. So Supermanny is 11.3 seconds ahead of Racer Brown, and Racer Brown 3.1 seconds ahead of Homesick Alien. Homesick Alien, I know, has only pitted once. He came in and put the mediums on. He's going for those long stints, less time in the pits. He's hoping to get more track time, which equals places. Kale in 4th. We saw him having a small off, but he's come back up to 4th now. Half a tank of fuel on the racing softs, and he's doing a fantastic job. With Noxie in 5th, also on the racing softs, a quarter of a tank of fuel. He's got Guesty hunting him down with a 24.0 last time around for Guesty. Noxie managing a 24.5, 24.5. So Guesty hunting his prey. Jim in 7th. He's on the mediums. Oh, Jimbo. Should have got an iPhone, not a Samsung. And he's back onto the track again. Sorry, Jim. And Jim in 9th now. We saw Trivs just popping on by, but Trivs is going to be into the pits at the end of this lap with Jim in 9th. Just losing that position. And there goes Supermanny. He's in. He's in to get another set of tyres. A Racer Brown following him in. Oh, Racer Brown's got damage. Racer Brown's got damage. So Homesick Alien now, he's going to retake the lead. He's got quarter of a tank of fuel and medium tyres, and could look be on Homesick Alien's side this race as he moves around up into 1st place. Kale grabs 2nd whilst the other guys are in the pits, and Supermanny is back out in 3rd on a nice set of medium tyres, whilst Racer Brown is giving the softs a try out. Noxie in 5th, doing a cracking job keeping Guesty at bay. Guesty's slightly faster but a lot fresher tyres and a bit more fuel, but sometimes a bit more fuel keeps the car more planted than when it's empty and it's skipping around all over the place, especially over the curbs. iBunting in 7th. He's on the racing softs, loads of fuel. He pitted on lap 18, so the race will come back to him. Jim gets ahead of Trivs. We saw Trivs low on fuel. He's into the pits. He's got a good amount of time on a GT Racer to get back out there for 9th place. And he's gone for a medium set of tyres. Oh God, I feel sorry for the steward that has to flick through all these pit stops. And there is Pat. Pat's going to have to come into the pits as well. Yes, a bit more downforce on that one, Pat, I reckon. Whoa! He just floors it, doesn't he, when he's off? You got to lift and then slowly get onto the track. You don't floor it, that doesn't help. So Homesick Alien, I'm not telling you how to suck an egg, Pat. I'm just saying how I do it. But Homesick Alien out there in the lead, 8.3 seconds from Kale. And Kale doing a cracking job at the moment. Racing softs, quarter of a tank of fuel. Homesick Alien, he's low on fuel on those mediums, so he will be coming in. We'll have a look at his helmet, because I really like his Jack Villeneuve helmet. It's awesome. So Homesick Alien 8.3 seconds, but he will be pitting very soon, and Kale may take the lead over Supermanny in third. No, Racer Brown's in third. Racer Brown, we're missing absolute cracking racing there. Supermanny on those medium tyres, obviously not as fast as the softs, and he's fueled up a lot more than Racer Brown. Racer Brown keeping that car light, low on fuel. More pit stops, but a faster car, it would seem. So Racer Brown, he's good at fuel consumption though. Very good at fuel consumption is a Racer Brown. He looks after his engine and his fuel tank whilst being out there, but he did have to do a bit of a repair, so that may have had to cost him some time. And Supermanny on them medium tyres. Guesty out there again. Oh, where is Noxie? Noxie must have come into the pits. We said his fuel was low. He's out on the super softs and he's up Jim's Jaxie. So this is going to be a beautiful little race we've got. Pat in the chat saying first time I'd got that corner wrong all race. Well done to see it. Well, you know, I've got this uncanny knack of catching people at their worst. Sorry, Pat. And there we go. And Noxie and Jim battling it out now. Samsung versus FedEx. And we are 32.5 minutes into this race, way over halfway. And we've had some beautiful racing so far already. Noxie in car 24. You see how they close up through Paddock Hill? That scares the hell out of me when I used to drive. In my old days before I retired. I'm Martin Brundle, innit? No, I'm not that good, sorry. And that was a move. That was a move by Noxie up the inside, a little outbraking himself, but he's made it pay off for him. He's managed to pull it off. I thought he outbraked himself, but no, he's pulled it off there. And Jim's on the medium tyres with Noxie on those super soft, so he's got the grip. He's definitely got the grip above a Jim. Jim doing a 25.3 his last time around. And Noxie, well, it was an outlap, so we can't say. So Kale is leading. Sorry, I've missed things. Kale is leading. No, I haven't missed it. It's just people have pitted, and I'm missing Kale on his lead laps. And he's being caught up by Racer Brown on track. He's got just under a quarter of a tank of fuel on those racing softs as Kale. And we saw last week Kale comes good at the end of the race. He loves these endurance races, and he races all the way to the end. He's got the staying power. And Racer Brown in second place with those soft tyres, half a tank of fuel, and he's trying to catch up Kale. Supermanny on the mediums, he can't keep on pace with Racer Brown at the moment, but the race will come back to him. Guesty in fourth place on those softs, half a tank of fuel. We saw Homesick Alien pitting earlier. He's put the super softs on and he's gone for a lot of fuel. And I think we saw that was Pat just getting out of the way of the Alien whilst he gets purples. He's going for the fastest lap, which is a 22.896, held by a Racer Brown. Oh no, it's not purple anymore, as the Hyundai makes its way around with iBunting in sixth, Noxie in seventh. Kale's come into the pits. Did Racer Brown has retaken the lead? So a Racer Brown in the Mars Hyundai out there, leading the way from Supermanny. But I think Racer Brown's, has he used the mediums? I can't keep track of the tyres, okay? I'm really sorry. That's your job as the viewer to remember what tyres they're on, not my job. That's why I'm not Martin Brundle. So Guesty in third place. Homesick Alien moving up to fourth ahead of Kale. Kale back out on track ahead of iBunting, but iBunting still on quite a fresh set of soft tyres, whilst Kale has gone for super soft. So Kale, he's going to be doing some absolutely cracking lap times now if you just wait and see. Noxie in seventh in the FedEx Hyundai with Jim in the Samsung. Trivs on the mediums, keeping his head down, doing a nice steady lap times. 27.0 for him last time around. He's nearly a minute ahead of GT Racer, who's on those soft tyres at the moment. Pat in 11th. on the medium tyre with quite a lot of fuel. He's going for a long run here, as we've got just under 24 minutes of racing left to do, and his Racer Brown going to take 2 for 2 so far. I think Supermanny might have something to say about that, and Supermanny has looked strong here at Brands Hatch GP, so we can only await and see. We are Pace, it says at the front, and they are a force, are the Pace team. There's actually someone called Pace, their username's Pace, and they're scary fast as well. What does he race in? I saw him racing in some, I think it was our endurance race one Friday night. Whoo-wee. So Guesty in third, he's starting to use those soft tyres up. He's 7.8 seconds ahead of the Alien. Ooh, Alien nearly losing the back end of that car, and he's got Kale chasing him down on a set of super softs. So Homesick Alien can't afford to make many mistakes. Did a 23.7, his fastest on lap 24. His last lap was a 23.9. And Kale has only done an outlap so far on those super softs. We can't see his pace so far. Bunting in 6th. I saw someone going into the pits. It was Jimbo. Jimbo has gone for a nice set of super softs. He's 9 seconds behind Triv. Triv on those mediums, half a tank of fuel. He's not going to be making a pit stop anytime soon. And Jim is going to have to floor that bad boy all the way to catch up with Triv's GT Racer. On the soft tyre at the moment, car number 9. Ooh, Daddy. And Pat in 11th. So, a breather, shall we? Shall we just all calm down, chill out a little bit? We're 37 minutes, 38 minutes through the race so far. 60-minute race here at Brands Hatch, round 2 of the World Endurance Series, the GT3 World Endurance Series, and it's going absolutely spanking at the moment for Racer Brown. Supermanny though, he's led a few laps so far, and the race may come back to him. I just can't remember. Racer Brown's been on the super softs and the softs, so maybe he's still got the medium tyre to do. Ooh, there's a yellow flag. Someone's had a bit of an off. It's the Castrol. Oh, and he's got damage. Oh, that's not what you need when you've got 3/4 of a tank of fuel and brand new tyres on. That does not help things at all. You can see the car's crabbing a little bit. It must be tricky to drive. He's buggered up the suspension, the front splitter, and the engine, and he's got to try and cross the road to get to the pit lane, and there he goes. So Racer Brown leading by nearly 8 seconds. Supermanny is in second. We're on lap 28 so far, but it's a timed race, so we've got just over 20 minutes to go. And I think Racer Brown has got another pit stop to go. His fuel is absolutely flashing, so at the end of this lap he will come in, and Supermanny will stay out. But his fuel's not too great, so Guesty's also going to have to come in, giving Homesick Alien that position back. He's got Kale chasing him down. Kale did a 23.3 and a 23.4 consecutively. Well, he did a 23.4 first, a 23.3, and he's getting purples, but he's off. Oh no, 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 no! Kale's hit the barrier, and he's ruined his front bumper, a splitter in racing terms, I guess, and his suspension. Oh my word! So Kale, he's gonna have to come in, isn't he? He really is. And Homesick Alien, probably unaware of what's happened, but he gets a reprise, because it did look like Kale was starting to catch him up in the 23s. Kale pushing hard, and he's nudged the barrier, and there goes Racer Brown. Supermanny retakes the lead of the race, and we're down to like 19 minutes left. There's not much to go, and Racer Brown and Guesty both into the pits. Homesick Alien moving up into second place with Kale. Kale stayed out. He can live with the suspension damage. He can live with it, he says. No, screw it. The team were like, in, box, and he went, I'm not stopping. Oh, that was terrible Raikkonen impressions, sorry guys. So Supermanny out there in first place with Homesick Alien in second. Kale has stayed out in third, with Racer Brown coming out of the pits in fourth, ahead of Bunting. And Bunting on those soft tyres, a quarter of a tank of fuel. How much fuel did Racer Brown's put? Full beans into that, racing mediums. Is he going to try and make it to the end? Mama Homesick in the chat saying go Homesick. I wonder if she's a Homesick fan. And Jay, I remember Jay saying, "Bwah." I'm guessing that's the Kale situation. So Supermanny out there now leading the way, 12.1 seconds from the Alien. The Alien using those nice super softs up, quite lovely actually. He's not even using the rear right tyre. He's probably going to save that one for a couple of laps. So Kale staying out there with that damage, but Racer Brown is only 2.3 seconds behind. We'll keep an eye on Kale coming around this final corner to see what sort of time he was losing. He was doing 23s. He only lost a couple of seconds with that crash. A 25.0. It's a lot though. Well, I don't know. Homesick Alien did a 25.0. So possibly not. Maybe the damage is quite light for Kale. He can obviously live with it. With Racer Brown chasing him down. Mama Homesick said just a bit of a fan. Come on, number one, son. And Bunting in fifth. Oh, number one. I thought you meant number one like your favourite. I was going to say, oh my. But your first, you mean. But Supermanny on those racing mediums leading the way from Homesick Alien, doing an absolute blinding job there for the Alien. He's pulled a little bit away from Kale whilst Kale carries that damage. He's doing a great job carrying it as well, I must say. Racer Brown though down to less than 2 seconds behind now with those racing medium tyres. Is gonna be scary stuff. Jay saying that's a Kimi Raikkonen line. And oh, was it? Bwah. Sorry. And Mama saying troublemaker thingy. No, not at all. I would disown the other one anyway because he's got an Xbox. So Supermanny is a 10 seconds lead now with Homesick Alien in second. Kale holding that damage in third. Bunting's come in to refuel. Where's Noxie in proportion to that? He's on the super softs. He's on a quarter of a tank of fuel, and he's moved up to fifth with Guesty in sixth on the super softs. He's going to be chasing. He's going to be hunting himself a FedEx, a Hyundai. And it's all to play for as we're down to nearly just under 16 minutes of racing. There goes Bunting, his team releases him. Can he get out ahead of Jim? I believe he might, because he's like 44 seconds. Jim though, he's only 1.2 seconds ahead of the Trivs. The Trivs needs fuel though. The Trivs does need fuel. Jim, he's got loads of fuel and the super soft. So Jim doing a sterling job out there at the moment as Trivs drops it into the pits. Oh, I love the gorilla thing on the top. That's the first time I've seen this route. That is awesome, Trivs. So Trivs getting himself a little pit stop there as a GT racer makes his way around, and Pat also into the pits. It doesn't look like there's any work done on that. That might be a DNF for Pat. While Supermanny also coming into the pits. That means Homesick Alien will take the lead of this race, but he's got another pit stop to make. What tyres has he not used? Softs, possibly. So Homesick Alien now in the lead with pace, still carrying that damage. He's doing a cracking job. A 24.5, a 24.6. What damage? There's no damage on my car, says Cal. It's how you South Africans do it though, isn't it? You just use like bungee straps to keep your cars going. So I don't know. I don't know even where that come from. I was just trying to be funny, but it might have been quite hurtful or hopefully not racist. There's a yellow flag out there. I don't know who for. Oh, it's Trivs. Trivs is having a bit of an issue. Let's have a look. Trivs and Jim. No, that's Racer Brown going past. So Trivs, he's got no damage on. That's one good thing. He may have had a bit of a small off, but he has not damaged the car, and he stays out there in 9th place ahead of GT Racer but he's lost a bit of ground to Jim. And Jim in 8th, behind iBunting, only 17 seconds. And like I said, anything can happen in this race. It's so easy to give the car a knock. Kale sticking out there with that damage. Jay saying maybe I might come join once ACC ends for me. Jay, you are more than welcome, man. The more the merrier. We've got plenty of slots out there. There goes Kale. He's come in to fix that car, as has Homesick. Well, he's not. Homesick's not fixing his car, but they've both pitted. They're on a very similar strategy, these two. Racer Brown retakes the lead. Noxie, where Noxie's come in? So Supermanny is going to move back up into 2nd place. He's 12 seconds behind. He's just pitted, that's why. He's 12 seconds behind Racer Brown, but is Racer Brown going to the end? Possibly. Racer Brown might be going to the end of the race. So Supermanny has a mountain to climb, but he's on soft tyres, where Racer Brown is on the mediums. But Racer Brown doesn't seem to matter what compound he's on. He goes fast on all of them. Guesty in a great 3rd. Can he go to the end? Can he hold on to that podium position for Guesty? Homesick Alien back out in 4th, with Kale in 5th, chasing him down. Kale's gone for the super softs. Homesick Alien's gone for the soft tyre. And this is going to be a battle royale between these two. iBunting in 6th place, 5 seconds behind those guys. He's also on those super softs. If Homesick Alien and Kale start battling it out, they'll slow each other down, and that will help iBunting out no end. Noxie in 7th. He's 8 seconds ahead of Jim, but that's nothing in this race. But Jim will probably have to come to the pits before the end. I'm not sure. 12 minutes to go. Triv's out there. He's following Racer Brown, the leader, staying on pace with him. But the Racer Brown, remember, on the medium tyres. With GT Racer in 10th. He's just pitted to put some lovely super softs on, and he's just going to go out there and have a bit of fun. Whilst Racer Brown, 11.6 seconds. Will we see that time drop with Supermanny on those softs? He's the fastest man today. Well, Racer Brown got a 22.8 in the end, but Supermanny was your pole sitter. And Jay saying, Kale, tis but a scratch. I love a bit of Monty Python. Tis but a scratch. And Jay also saying, us South Africans can handle with just a little tape. That's what I meant. Tape and bungee straps. You guys drive around your cars with. And Pat saying, the NASCAR School of Repairs. It's amazing sometimes what tape can fix. And Racer Brown out there, 11.5 second lead from Supermanny. That time is dropping slightly. We're 11 minutes to go. Supermanny needs to find about a second a lap on Racer Brown, and setting us up for an absolutely glorious final lap for the lead. Guesty not too far behind as well on those super soft tyres. Half a tank of fuel. Will it last? Will it last? We will have to wait and see. Homesick Alien, 6 seconds adrift of these guys. He's got a lot more fuel, you know, but he's got Kale catching him up on those super soft tyres. And Homesick Alien, he may be in trouble. He possibly could be in trouble from a very fast Kale at the end of this race. We're sat on board with Kale as he makes his way around the final corner onto the start straight as they head towards a Paddock Hill bend. Is there a scarier corner? Maybe Corkscrew and a couple of Bathurst corners, and definitely most corners at Nürburgring, but Paddock Hill Bend is definitely up there with scary corners. Kale's just done his fastest lap of the race with a 22.9, and we'll have a look at the Alien. He did a 23.3, so the Alien around about, I don't know, quick math, 4 tenths slower than Kale at the moment. And Kale's got it down to 7 tenths of a second, but Kale's tyres should go off. I say should because Kale does look after his tyres immensely. So, and Homesick Alien, he's the last of the late breakers. He loves to rip through his tyres. He uses every ounce of grip they possibly give him. So Racer Brown on those medium tyres, 9.7 seconds. So it is roughly a second a minute he's losing to Supermanny. 23.6 for Supermanny last time around, and Racer Brown at 25.3. Racer Brown may be easing off because of the fuel. 23.7 from Super Manny. This is going to be immense. Is Super Manny, they're both similar fuel. Super Manny's a little bit more fuel than Racer Brown. Racer Brown on those medium tyres. We've got just under 9 minutes left of racing. Guesty in that final podium position. He's got on a half a tank of fuel. 4.7 second lead on Homesick Alien. Oh, Kale's caught him up already. Oh my word. I thought we had a lap or two before this battle was going to commence, but this is exactly what Bunting hopes for, wanted, dreamt of. He needs these two to race each other hard and slow each other down so he can catch them up. And so far, Homesick Alien, we saw him defending earlier in this race. He's very good at it. And Kale also a very good racer. These two have raced each other a few times now in the Virtual Racers Club. And there he's trying to go around the outside. Kale's going to run out. No, thought he was going to run out of room. And Homesick giving him just enough space to make it through. This is beautiful. Let's have some long shots, some arty shots here of the battle between Homesick Alien and Kale. And Homesick Alien so far just being able to stay ahead of Kale, but Kale's looking here, there and everywhere to try and get past. And Homesick Alien says there's only one bay, and he's gone for it. He's gone for it in the final corner as Kale, and he's made it stick. He's up and he's in fourth. Homesick Alien down into fifth spot. What a battle we had there for a lap. And it's not over yet, remember, because Kale's on those super soft tyres and they might burn out before the end of the race. Homesick Alien just having to stay close to the pace driver to try and get that position back. There's 7 minutes left, just over 7 minutes of racing to go, with Racer Brown leading the way, 8.3 seconds ahead of Super Manny. Super Manny doing a 23.913 last time around, with Racer Brown doing a 24.6, so it's going to be very tight between these two at the end of the race. Whew. Sorry guys, I get overly excited. There was things to tell you. There's going to be things at the... I haven't got time. I ain't got time to go pushing all our other stuff. But we're going to have a live stream on Friday evening of... well, you know, if you can't wait for the next F1 race, we're going to take the Mercs out for a race around Spa, a full 44 lap race with damage and tune-in. I don't know how that's going to go. It could be a tragedy, it could be fantastical, but we will be live streaming that on Friday evening. And then on Sunday evening we have the Red Bull Juniors, the return of the juniors for a 10-week championship. That should be a cracking racing also. So join us for a live stream, and if you're in our Discord around 7:30 on a Wednesday evening, we have a VRC stage discussion, which always turns out good. Anyone can just pop in and say their piece. It's beautiful, it really is. So far, Racer Brown 7.6 seconds ahead of Super Manny. Guesty in third, but he's only 3.2 seconds ahead of Kale. Kale fancying himself a podium today. And Homesick Alien's trying to stay with him on those soft tyres, whilst Kale on the super softs. This is absolutely cracking. Jay saying Fernando Homesick Alonso. Lol. He did well, he tried his hardest. But Kale, he doesn't hang about. He gets on with it. So Kale up into fourth, ahead of Homesick Alien in fifth. Let's get some close angles again. Sixth for Bunting, 8.8 seconds. Oh, he was hoping to catch that battle up ahead of him in his Patronus, but cannot. Sorry, that noise was the chair, because my son seems to have locked himself in the conservatory somehow. It was. Sorry guys. So Racer Brown leading from Super Manny. Super Manny ahead of Guesty in third place. It's only 2 seconds though. Kale is on an absolute beast at the moment, a 23 and a 23.4 his last time around. Guesty managing a 25.0. Those racing super softs tyres are pretty much burnt out though. He's torn them right up, and Kale is on the move. Homesick Alien 2.8 seconds behind Kale, but 9 seconds ahead of iBunting. Noxie in 7th spot. He's 8 seconds shy of iBunting. 30 seconds though he's got on Jimbo. Jim in the Samsung Hyundai, doing a cracking job with those super softs on. Trivs is in 9th place. He's getting the blue flags. That'll be Racer Brown coming through. No, Guesty I believe coming through, with GT Racer in 10th spot. And we saw the Castrol of Pats retiring in the pits. So a Racer Brown nearly 8-second lead on Super Manny. That leveled out that time. It looked like Super Manny was really catching up a Racer Brown, but it seems that Racer Brown upped his pace. I think he just eased off a little bit for fuel, and then he got back on it again, where Super Manny, he's doing a similar lap time to Racer Brown with those softs, but the softs starting to look like they've had their best day. And Guesty there now, he's gonna have to defend from Kale. Let's get on board with Kale as he tries to go around the outside, and he's got one of his pace team members just ahead, and there is Guesty just moving over to try and grab a bit of a toe. And here comes Kale to try and get that podium, and he's through. No, not quite. They're side by side. These are fast corners, people. These are really, really fast corners. They're not corners that I would choose to go side by side with another car through. And Kale up into 3rd. I told you Kale's one to watch. He comes through at the end. He's got great staying power. Beautiful stuff from Kale. Beautiful driving. Trivs is off, and oh, Homesick's off. Is this going to help Bunting out? No, Bunting's around about 8 seconds behind Homesick Alien. Homesick Alien's tyres are starting to go away from him. And Racer Brown, Racer Brown looked like he kicked up a bit of dirt through a Paddock Hill bend. He's still got that 8.5 second buffer though from Super Manny. And Super Manny's tyres not looking too hot at the moment, and they are holding station. My word, 41 laps of Brands Hatch with GP we've done so far, and we've got less than 2 minutes of racing. So this lap and the next, and it's going to be all over. And Kale looks like he's got that final podium position all tied up in a neat, lovely little bow, a lovely red, green, blue and black bow. Beautiful stuff from Kale. Guesty holding on to that 4th, but that fuel's flashing. That fuel's flashing. Is it enough to get all the way to the end? Homesick Alien, he might get another position. You never know. He'll be unaware of Guesty's plight or issues, but Guesty's tyres are absolute shot, and his fuel is going. But Homesick Alien can see that the time's dropping between them, and that might give him that final push to go. Jay saying driver of the day is Kale. It's got to be Kale, hasn't it? It really has to be Kale. That was awesome stuff. So Racer Brown, his fuel's quite low as well as he starts his final lap. 42 seconds left in this race. 8 seconds ahead of Super Manny. A great second spot for Super Manny so far, with Kale in 3rd place. And I've got to say, Kale's job was absolutely cracking today. I'm trying to go back to the table to give you an idea of how things are. So Super Manny down in 6th place with 10 points. This is going to help him out no end. He's going to grab himself a lovely 18 points and, well, 20 points I believe, because of pole maybe? I'm not sure. I don't know what there's 2 points, maybe 1 point for fastest lap, 1 point for pole, I'm not sure. So Racer Brown making his way around on the final lap. We've run out of time now. The 60 minutes is up, and Racer Brown 9.2 seconds ahead of Super Manny. Super Manny's fuel's very low. They've all timed their fuel beautifully. Can Homesick Alien do anything about Guesty? Jim has crossed the line in 8th place. Trivs, he's not quite there yet. I'm going to go back to the leaders, because he's just coming around the final corner now. Racer Brown to take a win number 2 from 2. can somebody stop him? So Racer Brown takes the win with Supermanny coming home in a cracking second place. Absolute joy to watch there for Supermanny. And Kale, the man of the day, comes across in third place. Take a boo, my son. And Guesty just stays ahead of the Alien there, fourth, and Homesick Alien in fifth place. iBunting bringing home his Patronus Hyundai in sixth. A cracking drive from iBunting. And then we've got Noxie in seventh place. Absolutely brilliant. Jim's already finished in eighth, and Trivs is coming across the line for ninth spot. And it's a beautiful car. Ooh, those tyres look tough for Trivs at the end there. And GT Racer already finishing in 10th. Woo-wee! What a race! What a race! I'm telling you, I nearly spaffed my pants. So, Pat saying Guesty definitely going to struggle from hit there with flashing fuel. I know, it looked scary, and Racer Brown's fuel was gone as well. Muddy saying, boom, Racer Brown, 2 for 2. Awesome stuff there. And Supermanny, he's the man to watch though in this championship. That looked very strong from the pace driver. And the two South Africans doing cracking job for pace. Guesty and Homesick, solid finishes there. And wow, I don't know how Guesty did that with them tyres and no fuel. But very close finale there. We've got a minute left to just chat bump. So yes, like I said, hopefully live streaming Friday evening, touch words. We'll see the Formula 1 Mercedes Patronus cars out there battling at Spa for 44 laps. Please join us. It's going to be a crack-a-lacking. And then Pat in the chat saying that racing looked really good. Oh my, it was. I didn't have time to talk about anything else. I had a lovely steak this evening. I was going to tell you all about it. It was perfect. The wife cooked it to perfection. It was just lovely and pink all inside. The outside of it just a little bit brown. It was cracking. It was nice bit of steak. So a Racer Brown, sorry for any vegetarians out there, Racer Brown saying thank you thingy. Man, my pleasure. It is always a pleasure. Told you, this is what I get a buzz off. Talking about you lot racing is my crack. So Supermanny second, and Kale grabbing that third place. Awesome stuff. I'll take you. Oh, there he is. There's Racer Brown celebrating in front of his Mars bar. He got the fastest lap, and he's got 2 for 2. All those other guys out there, they've got to try and dig deep to beat Racer Brown. Whew. So Racer Brown is your winner. Supermanny 8.8 seconds behind him in the end. I really thought Supermanny was going to catch him up, you know. I thought Racer Brown was going to have to fuel conserve, but it looked like Supermanny also having to look after his fuel tank. And it was a joy to behold watching them guys race. Kale, the man of the race, I believe. Absolutely, I can't believe he drove around all those laps with that suspension and bumper damage. He did a cracking job, did Kale, to come through for that final podium position. Guesty, a solid job in fourth, as was Homesick Alien in fifth. iBunting finishing in sixth. Noxie in seventh. Jim in eighth. Trivs in 9, GT Racer in 10th, and Pat in 11th. Racer Brown got your fastest lap on lap 19 with a 1:22.896, and I've got to say, all of them can walk away with feeling great. They should do. I couldn't even do half of what them guys do. I am in awe of each and every single one of you. All 11 of you were amazing. Bless you all and thank you. And now let's have a look. Pat saying, are you not racing on Friday? No, because live streaming's so much better. It's better when it's live streamed. It would be rubbish working off a replay. It would have been alright, but I would have come last anyway, Pat. So I'm going to try and live stream it, because I think that'll be a lot more of a joy. Mama Homesick saying, well done, Homesick, and all. Thanks, Thingy. It's a wonder you've got any voice left. I know, that was absolutely balls to the wall from start to finish, wasn't it? There was no respite in that whatsoever. Beautiful stuff. So, I'll give you a quick rundown of the week. I don't know how quick Racer Brown closes his rooms. I'm sure he'll wait. So, yeah, like I said, live streaming Friday with the Mercedes F1 cars at Spa for 44 laps. We don't have to wait 4 weeks for another race, for another F1 race. We're going to have one next Friday. So please join us for the live stream. I'm not sure if there's spaces left. You'd have to check our Discord if you would like a go in that. And then on Sunday night, live streaming the Red Bull Juniors. And they were an absolute joy to watch on season 1. And for season 2, it's a 10-week championship at as many of the F1 tracks as we could fit in. And those cars, they do not like to stay on the track. So I think we're going to see some cars pinging off the track left, right and centre. So join us for that. And if you're in our Discord, please pop in. Pop along Wednesday at 7:30 for a little chinwag, for a little just chewing the fat. You can come in and say hello, and you can actually talk. I think it's a weird, it's not a weird thing, but you know, me and Skyjacker usually host it together, and then you know, anyone in the Discord can press a little button that puts their little hand up, and then they can pop up. I say pop up, they don't go anywhere. It's just like you see people at the top of the list, and then you see a bunch of people underneath the list, and then when they come up to talk, they come to the top of the list, and they can come and say anything. You can come and call me a tonge if you want. I don't mind. I like it. So yeah, pop in on Wednesday, tomorrow at 7:30 for our Chew the Fat session. I mean, last week everyone was chucking ideas for endurance racing, so it was beautiful. And we always have the obligatory, when's the Super Formulas coming? Talleyrand, when's the Super Formulas coming? We need an answer. I need to tell these people something when they ask me. Can't keep me in the dark like this. Although they keep me in the dark over most things, because I am the worst for spoilers. I let things slip all the time. So, yes. And we can chat about the 1v1s that's coming up. I think it's full now. It's all been set up and ready to rock and roll. I think that'll be taking part. That'll be kicking off the week after the F1 race. Okay, I'm going to wrap this up, because poor old Racer Brown sat there twiddling his thumbs waiting for me to scoot off, and he wants to go and shake a bit of champagne in the garden, a bit of Prosecco. He wants to knock one out. So I was your commentator and your broadcaster, and it's been my absolute pleasure. Thank you for listening. I was Phil McCracken. I've got to change this sheet. I've got to find some more names. I'm sure I've said half of these loads of times. I was your commentator, your broadcaster, Phil McCracken. Thank you for joining us. It's always been a pleasure with you guys. You make the stream. I love all the chat. I love reading it all out. So thank you, and I will see you hopefully Friday night. It's going to be a big one. You've got to join us. Don't worry about going to the pub and having a party. Come and join us here at the Virtual Racers Club and see those Mercedes-Benz looking absolutely spanking around Spa. Thank you very much, and I'll see you later. Bye. Peace and love. Peace and love.